Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? Y'all know I do these little reviews and I give you guys my opinion on how I feel about just different things, right? So I've recently this has been brought to my attention, Married at First Sight, right?
What the hell made you do this?
I mean, I've been single for a hot minute.
And this is like a TV show. You guys know I've talked about different characters, right? There's a specific character that has completely changed how I look just at the dynamics between a black man and a black woman. And that's, I don't know the man's name. I think his name is Ikechi or Ikechi. Child, I don't know what his name is, okay? This man gaslight the hell out of me, okay? And I ain't even a man girl. Okay, when I first saw this lovely young lady, I thought that she had very masculine features, right? Just how she stood up or how she carried herself, I felt like she was masculine and just from that point, right? But as I watched, I learned to like just fall in love with her and fall in love with him and fall in love with their dynamic, right? When he did the wedding thing, when they, was first getting married and my future wife and just serenaded her, I felt like I was at an Usher concert. I felt so loved, by this black man, just loving this black woman, and she was so feminine with him, just smiling and and her big old smile. She was doing, I just fell in love with him and I fell in love with her.
Hey.
These are some of my favorite musical people, and I just want them to speak for me through their music. Wife.
Yes, husband. Thank you. What you say?
I'd like to present to you, wife.
Husband.
As if no one else is here but you and I.
Okay.
As I watched, I got completely shattered and disappointed. And honestly, I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she didn't see it coming because I didn't see it coming. I didn't see the shift happening. This man would cuddle with this woman. They would giggle, talk before bedtime. She would call him my husband, my husband, my husband. My husband. Every other word was my husband, my husband, my husband. My husband did this, my husband did that. And I felt like shit. Our husband, sis. I was like, my husband, girl, yes. I loved it.
So my wife, she said this the other day.
You're going to be like, yeah, my husband. My husband was saying the other day.
She makes it easy to, be a husband.
But from the moment that man saw her living situation, and he saw how she was living and how she was well taken care of, meaning that she was very successful. She was a master's educated black woman, okay?
This is a master's educated woman. This is someone who owns her own business. They didn't bring him a dummy. So he said, I'm going to tear her down in any way possible. And if it's board fair, then let's go, Joker. Right? Let's go.
She wasn't no dummy. She was well put together, okay? From her head to her toes. This young lady had lashes on. She was very, very, had all the things that they say you need to have to be feminine. She was a beautiful black woman. Very gorgeous, This man completely disgraced himself. He embarrassed his goddamn mama. Every black woman in his life, he embarrassed. And he's a gaslighter. He not only is he a gaslighter, he is a deflector, and he stonewalled the mess out of her consistently. And what I don't understand is that people are more upset about her response than the fact that this man consistently disrespected a black woman on television.
Letter to my departed. I committed to this process and was prepared to see this through. However, you've been unstable this entire marriage. Your perception is your reality. However, your reality is not based in fact. You are embarrassing. I would wish you well, but I'm God's favorite. And my well wishes won't be what gets you any further than where you are in your life. I wish you nothing but the worst. As a parting gift, I have prepared a list of therapists local to you. Oh my God. Also attached this documentation on how to properly.
And I don't know why he felt like he could have done this on Married at First Sight. Chris been dragged. Chris is still getting dragged. Chris is beneath my feet. He is dragged. I've been stepping on Chris. I've been smoking on that Chris pack from Married at First Sight since ever. The fact that he thought that he could get on this show and act the damn donkey to that black woman, it hurt my feelings and sincerely pissed me off. I'm like, brother, man, you thought you thought you were safe? No, I'm on that ass, okay? I'm so disappointed in him. He's a disgusting human being. He's a disgusting man. He's a disgusting, like, horrible. I went and I looked at the ratings on his damn book. Everybody talking shit about because the book is a gaslight, period. You done went on audition for this show over and over again, multiple times, and only to get the chance and act the way in which you acted. You acted a donkey, you acted a fool, and you acted an ass. And they gave you a good woman. And so much so that she wanted to give marriage a chance. And people kept on saying, like, stop talking to him. Why you keep begging him? Why you keep...
Oh shit! 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 Oh shit!
Stop. Y'all stop blaming women or black women for their reaction to disrespect. This man came up on TV. He thought he was just embarrassing Amen. But he really embarrassed his mama, his sisters, his aunties. And one thing about her, she had that cousin that was stepping for her. He was about ready to step for her.
I mean, some men want women to be aggressive. There's nothing wrong with that.
Don't get it wrong. I can lead by any means. I'm just not the person that feels like that's the way to go always.
I mean, I've asked, could you handle her? I mean, you just gotta learn to handle the aggressive. If she keeps describing you as chill, I mean, she has no choice but to be aggressive.
And you need a great support system the way this young lady had. Because that man was a goddamn fool. He hopped on that show on every episode looking like Arthur. Just a damn, like, just out here, he thought he was Arthur.
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. You can learn to work and...
He thought he was Arthur and he was fake woke. I always said that this man gives me them brothers, the assholes with mics. The guys who like just are spew or scream just all this narcissism in their mics while they doing podcasts. He gives that. All this fake shit about, no, he will gaslight the fuck out of you. He will gaslight the mess out of you and make you feel like he just loves you and cares about you and values you so much only to do a turnover. He was intimidated by that young lady's success.
Like, what if I'm not enough for her? Like, when she comes down the aisle, she look at me and be like, what y'all did?
Yes, okay. Welcome. So this is my kitchen.
That's fancy. You see when I said I got meager living in you?
You know, I got a little air fryer action too.
Is that an air fryer?
It is.
What kind of air fryer is that?
It like drops down, you know. It's got
put mine back now.
You know, it bakes and broils.
That's fancy.
All the things. You know.
My meager living. You see what I mean? You come in and it's like, oh, this is good. All right, I'll sit down. But now.
Welcome. The living room. The living room is wonderful. Got a nice little wraparound balcony joint. Good views.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't even know where to start with this because this is a lot. Like this area is bigger than my whole apartment. Do you have uplighting?
Yes.
And a karaoke machine?
Yeah.
At your crib?
I do.
Ma'am, this is a bit much.
I have had men state that my career and my being successful in reaching goals can be intimidating. So the way that he's behaving kind of has me like a little nervous. So this is the guest bedroom. I already laid out like my scrubs and stuff that I'm gonna need.
I feel like this is the size of my bedroom. How many TVs you got?
4.
I feel like I'm lacking. I'm depressed.
Don't be.
You sure you don't want to bring the karaoke machine? Because there's a housewarming.
They're gonna throw us out.
But we don't have the uplighting to match the karaoke.
I can bring one of those.
What? Nah,
I can bring one of those and we'll get it.
Nah,
we'll be in there rocking.
I'm gonna try to match your fly, but I don't know that I'm gonna be fly enough with this one here.
Yeah.
Whew, my God, today.
And he got little D syndrome. Look, syndrome. He really does. It was so shameful watching that black man disgrace that black woman on television and consistently gaslight her and then he tried to put just very like alarming terms on that black woman.
Last night while you were sleeping, our skin touched.
Whew.
My God, today.
No. My God in heaven.
we didn't do nothing, but
No, we did. What do you mean we connected physically?
Far more intimate.
That counts.
2 days into the honeymoon, hey, get in the shower with me, right? 3, it doesn't seem like much, but I don't know you. 4 days into the honeymoon, or a week into the honeymoon, hey, would you move in with me after this is over? Who asked someone that they just met last week to move into their apartment with them? we encourage people to do that. I encourage people to do that because I want you to start with the idea that this is a committed relationship, and I want to think for the long haul. I want to talk about where we're going to be in 5 years. I want to talk about where we're going to be a year from now.
This man in the same, I'll be watching TV and he'll be like, you just said this and she literally didn't do none of the things in which he accused her of. I kept on having to like rewind to catch it. When did she say that? When did she, hold on, are we, like, you ever experience something with somebody and they get a complete different reaction than you got? It's like everything is just so drama filled and dramatized. That's what it gives me.
For a husband, I don't think it would have mattered who it was.
Well, yeah.
No, this is how I feel.
I hear how you feel. But I mean, because I matched you,
but
I don't know if that's the truth.
I didn't want it to just be anybody.
Yeah.
So when they say that I've been like praying for you for a while, I wrote a book. It's a book of letters to my wife. So that's what they're talking about.
And you ain't give me that?
You
ain't give me that?
Because I can write you a whole new set.
Now, the idea is that you go on this show. You go on this show because you don't have a wife. You have an idea of your wife, and the experts insert somebody into that, you know, that fits these categories. They have to have this, they have to be that. You don't know who that person is going to be. So for him to say early on, oh, it seemed like anybody could have fit into that category, it just sounds crazy because you had letters to your wife before you ever met her. So anybody could have fit into that category. And then you gaslit her in this scene because you wanted her to saying that I wrote you a book because I always imagined my wife, but then not give her the book. So it wasn't meant for her. It was meant for fame, in my humble opinion. And then he put all of these things on her that's like very destructive for black women in general. He called her masculine. And like I told you guys, when I first saw her, I thought her features and how she like carried herself was very masculine, right? But when I watched on, just her demeanor felt to me, right? But as I watched on, I just loved her and fell in love with her. All these things that she possessed on day one, and you loved her. So what changed?
You know, what was the honeymoon like? The honeymoon was a great time getting to know, you know, one another for sure. We definitely talked about our families, talked about the way we grew up, talked about, you know, just how we live, what we like to do for fun. So I'm just trying to piece all of these things together. There's so much.
It's a lot. In the last 2 weeks, it's like get to know each other and talk and get deep.
Now, this is when this man allegedly said that the essay happened, where she was getting too close and he felt so felt so uncomfortable about her doing that. And this is when he was saying the honeymoon, when all of this was occurring. But you never see no inkling of this at this point, right? It wasn't until after he met or saw her place. I met her place, child. He saw her place and got, you know, connected to her at her place. That's when he felt some type of way. But prior to, this was the energy he was giving out. He never mentioned nothing about SA or anything inappropriate happening or he feeling uncomfortable about her getting close to him. Nothing. Now, I showed you guys earlier, right after the wedding, he was saying that they accidentally touched when she was asleep, and he was so excited about that, saying, Jesus. Now, all of a sudden, he's like at the honeymoon, months after he sees her place and everything, all of a sudden things is a problem. This is after the honeymoon. He's not making no mention of anything inappropriate happening. Nothing at all.
Is there any physical touch between you guys?
Yes.
Often? I mean, like hand holding or...
Oh,
yeah, all the time,
hand holding all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
But at this point, everyone's moved in.
Yeah.
We are
right?
moved in.
Right. Everyone's sleeping in the same bedroom.
Since when? Since the first day?
Yeah, since moment one.
Since moment one.
Living in the same bedroom.
So you guys are all the ingredients are there in order for, you know, more intimacy to happen.
I believe so.
Okay, you looked at him.
I was concerned. I said, are they? Yes, I think so. But he's in bed by 9 o'clock, so the days are kind of, you know.
I understand.
10 might be good depending on what you do from 9 to 10.
From 9 to 10.
You know, magic.
No, I'm with you. Bed at 9 every night. That's gonna kind of.
That's gonna be a little hard.
That's gonna kind
it's just really
pun intended.
What do y'all gotta get against rest? What do y'all have against rest?
Hey, nothing against it if you're single. But go ahead.
That's the cow taking shots.
Hey,
That's the cow taking shots.
I'm just saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I got you.
So another way of saying that is to nurture the erotic and the sexual and the attraction.
Okay, that too. We never want to know details in that area.
Oh, okay, good. Good.
You don't give us any, right? I know, I get it. But, you know, we do want to know that you're advancing.
Okay.
You know, and have those discussions, you know.
It wasn't until after this man saw her place of living and how much of a he was threatened by her success. Because he felt that way, he started saying all these different things. You didn't know she was masculine when you was kissing up on her, calling her your wife, and doing all this. You really like when you was over here love bombing and gaslighting and you know what I'm saying all this. Oh, I love. You didn't know she was masculine then? But now that it benefits you to see masculinity, she's masculine. He called her masculine. He tried to accuse her of SA on TV. It was very much so as a grown man. And then one of the girls said, then why are you always trying to be alone with her? Or why are you alone with her if that's how you feel? Because you're often alone with her, but you're saying that she assaulted you or it made references to that.
So David and I did, we did feel uncomfortable. So if we wanted the scene to end, we would separate. You know what I mean? Because we weren't comfortable with each other. So there was no desire. I couldn't imagine having a conversation with him and then being like, hey, let's go play some hoops. I understand. So that's my point. Is that those mixed messages in a finite period of time would have anyone like, what?
He's an asshole. He's an asshole. He's a jerk. He's nasty. He's disgusting. He's a horrible human being. And it was embarrassing to watch. Very embarrassing. And I feel sorry for his mama and all the women in his family. He made his entire tribe look horrible. Horrible! Made his entire tribe look horrible. The women in his life should be disgraced. Should be crying. It should be agony pain. The levels in which this man went. I'm disappointed for womankind. I'm disappointed for black people in general. Because how dare you, as a black man, disgrace and disrespect a dark-skinned black woman at that on national television just because you felt insanely inadequate by her success. Just because she worked hard, pushed her, did all the shit that she did, broke her back to be successful, and you're intimidated. And because you are intimidated, so you go on and you disrespect this black woman in which you did. You were an asshole. And I was so disappointed. So disappointed, and he was so very embarrassing. These men are embarrassing. He was so embarrassing. And I don't like him. He's worse than Chris in my book, or just as bad as Chris in my book. Disappointed. And I'm disappointed that more people didn't check him. This man, and he's going to forever go down in Married at First Sight history as the worst human being ever. And everybody is so pressed or so upset or so they want to nitpick and punch her and what she did, and she needs to be beaten for reacting that way. She should have reacted like Paige did and just put her head down and cry and say, but I feel like y'all mad that she didn't react the way Paige did. Y'all mad that she did not react the way Paige did. I have all this criticism. I ain't got nothing mean to say about this woman. I really don't. Because the manner in which this man went above and beyond just to embarrass her. And you embarrassed her in front of these multiracial people. Okay, because it wasn't even just white people. Just the manner in which he went about it. It wasn't the fact that he didn't want her or he didn't want to be married to her. It's the manner in which he went, the lengths that he went to show her that he hated her. From the moment he saw that she was a successful black woman, he hated her. And that made me think like, wow, these men are really intimidated. You will have a black mom and hate black women. Hate black women. What is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? I wanted to beat him. Beat him. Her cousin should have whooped his ass. Because he already peeped that it was some BS. He was love bombing and gaslighting and out here shucking and diving and fronting and lying and saying that she's doing this. I hate him. But I'm done talking about it. Love you guys.